Everyone, and welcome back to Recap World. Today we're not just recapping a movie, we're diving headfirst into one of the most brutal, thought-provoking, and frankly terrifying takes on the end of the world ever put to screen. We're talking about the iconic, genre-refining saga of 28 Days Later and its equally harrowing sequel, 28 Weeks Later. These aren't your typical zombie flicks. Oh no. Prepare yourselves, because we're about to explore a world where humanity's greatest weakness isn't the Walking Dead, but its own uncontrollable fury. This is the Rage Virus, and it's unlike anything you've ever seen. Forget your slow, shambling undead. The core of this nightmare is the Rage Virus. This isn't about reanimated corpses. It's a hyper-contagious pathogen that transforms living people into lightning-fast, homicidal maniacs consumed by pure, uncontrollable fury. This distinction is crucial. These films aren't just horror. They're sharp mirrors reflecting humanity's darkest impulses, touching on everything from social rage to our deep mistrust of institutions. Our journey begins with 28 days later. Picture this, you wake up from a coma, just like our protagonist Jim, only to find London eerily silent, the bustling streets, the iconic landmarks, all empty. His desperate echoing cry of hello across a deserted Westminster Bridge becomes an indelible image of profound isolation. He quickly discovers the horrifying truth, the Rage Virus, accidentally unleashed from a lab by animal activists, has utterly decimated Great Britain. Society has collapsed in a terrifying blink. Jim's brutal reality check comes fast. He's rescued by the pragmatic Cillian, who instantly teaches him the new world's unforgiving rules by executing an infected companion with chilling efficiency. Their small group expands to include Frank and his daughter Hannah, clinging to a desperate military radio broadcast promising sanctuary. They embark on a perilous journey to Manchester. But hope is fleeting. Frank's tragic infection from a single drop of blood at a deserted blockade brutally reminds us of the virus's insidious, ever-present danger. Then they reach their supposed safe haven, a heavily fortified mansion. But get this, their savior, Major Henry West, reveals a horrifying truth. His broadcast was a calculated trap to lure female survivors into sexual slavery. The film powerfully posits that humanity itself, stripped of its civilizing veneer, can be a far greater threat than any infected monster. Jim, refusing to be a victim, snaps. His rage here isn't mindless. It's a calculated, brutal payback as he strategically unleashes an infected soldier on West's men. It's a savage, visceral confrontation that blurs the line between survivor and monster. After the chaos, a fragile hope emerges. Jim, Cillian, and Hannah escape. The film concludes with the infected shown dying of starvation, and that iconic final shot of the trio unfurling a massive hello banner for a passing jet, hinting that human resilience and connection might just prevail. But could that fragile hope last? Cut to 28 weeks later, 6 months on, NATO forces have stepped in, building a heavily guarded safe zone in London's Isle of Dogs, repatriating refugees. Among them are Don and his children, Tammy and Andy. It feels like a genuine second chance for humanity, a rare glimpse of society amidst the apocalypse. But safety is always an illusion, isn't it? The kids, wanting a family photo, sneak out of the safe zone and make a shocking discovery. Their mother, Alice, is alive. She's brought back, and a U.S. Army medical officer discovers Alice is an asymptomatic carrier, infected but immune to symptoms, a tantalizing yet ultimately tragic possibility for a cure. In a desperate, ill-fated attempt to seek forgiveness, Dawn secretly visits Alice. One kiss is all it takes. Dawn becomes infected, brutally kills Alice, and unleashes a devastating second outbreak within the supposedly secure safe zone. Chaos erupts. The military's attempts to contain it fail spectacularly, leading to the horrifying Code Red directive: shoot everyone indiscriminately regardless of infection status. London turns into a fiery inferno, bombed and burned in a desperate futile attempt to stop the virus. Amidst this hell, Major Scarlet Levy rescues Tammy and Andy, believing their inherited immunity could be humanity's last hope. Sergeant Doyle, a moral compass in the chaos, helps them escape, but it costs him everything in a heroic sacrifice. Don, still a rage-filled monster, catches up to them, leading to a brutal family tragedy where Tammy is forced to kill her own father, and Andy becomes an asymptomatic carrier like his mother. The film's conclusion is profoundly bleak. They escape to France, hoping it's over. But guess what? 28 days later, a chilling radio call confirms the rage has made it to Paris. That hope Andy carried, he just became the global vector, where 28 days later ended with a whisper of hope. 28 weeks later drowns us in despair, arguing that even with advanced military power and science, humanity's inherent flaws, betrayal, fear, institutional incompetence, make true recovery impossible. So why do these films stick with us? It's more than just scares. They ruthlessly expose the impotence of our institutions and the profound breakdown of trust. They use the rage virus as a powerful mirror for societal ills, from intolerance to governmental mistrust, directly tapping into post-9/11 anxieties about vulnerability and societal collapse. They didn't just revitalize the zombie genre, they deepened its thematic potential, pushing it beyond simple gore to focus on human violence and the psychological toll of survival. Ultimately, the 28 saga is a brutal journey. It consistently reminds us that the most terrifying threats are often not external monsters, but the destructive impulses within ourselves and our societies. The thin veneer of civilization is easily shattered, revealing a primal savagery that can be just as, if not more, devastating than any virus. It leaves a lingering question about humanity's capacity for both destruction and resilience, a powerful and unsettling reflection of our collective fears. And that, survivors, is the brutal, unforgettable journey through the 28 Days Later saga. These films aren't just about a virus. They're a chilling commentary on what happens when civilization's thin veneer shatters, exposing the savage rage within us and the profound failures of the very institutions meant to protect us. They redefined a genre, yes, but more importantly, they forced us to look inward at the monster we might become. So, what are your thoughts? Which film in this incredible series resonated most deeply with you? And if you found yourself in their shoes, what would you do to survive? Let us know all your theories and fears in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please give this video a big thumbs up, share it with another horror fan, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss our next cinematic journey into the darkness.